Hi, and welcome to Vintagerous. My name is Joni, and I'm really pleased to meet you if this is your first time tuning in to my show. So, what am I going to talk about today? I've been doing a little bit of a project. I've been going through all my inventory, and those of you that have followed me for a while know that about a year ago, I had a major flood in my apartment and had to move everything out within 2 or 3 days. It was crazy, and which meant I had to have movers come in and pack my inventory, my death pile inventory. My, listed inventory was very well organized, and so that was okay. But these professional movers had to pack up all of my, dead stock, or my, what do you call it? Not death pile. That's the words I'm looking for. And so they literally grabbed things, put them in different boxes, and I'm still unpacking some of that stuff because a lot of it got moved to a storage locker. So I have about a 10 by 10 storage locker that has all kinds of goodies in it. And so I've been doing the process of kind of going through those bins and seeing what's in there and trying to organize it. I will do a video of the my storage locker so you can see what I'm talking about. But today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you a few of the things that I've found in this uncovering, this unpacking, that I need to list on Etsy, and I'm hoping you're going to help motivate me to get things listed and not keep them, gathering dust. Well, not gathering dust, but you know what I mean. Not not listed on Etsy. So I'm going to show you some of the higher dollar items that I've found and interesting things, and I've done some research on them too. So I'm going to share that with you. So without further ado, let's go on over to my table so I can show you nice and up close. Okay, so here is the first thing that I wanted to show you tonight. This is an interesting board game. So it's called Lotto, and it's a counting lotto, and it's made in Holland. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. The print is super tiny, but it says made in Holland by Jumbo. And what caught my eye on this piece is the graphics, because I just think the graphics on this are super fun, very mid-century, kind of Scandinavian. I'm guessing this was made in like the 70s, something like that. And what I assume you have to do is these cards here, and they're still sort of sealed in their packages, but I'll open them up because it'd be good to kind of see how they are. Um, they're really fun. So it looks like you have your board here, right? And then there's no instructions, so I'm winging it. But I'm assuming that what happens is that you kind of do a draw, right? And you see, okay, is that on my card? What's that? The number 5. Okay, no, I've got 5 crowns, and Bob over here has 5 toques, I guess that is. So nope, no luck there. And then the next person tries. Oh, keys. No, I don't have. Oh, look, I have the keys. 7 of keys. That's 1. And then I'm thinking that you do that until, you've matched. You've got a card on all of the spaces. That's at least my guess. I could not find it online anywhere at all. But I just think the graphics alone make this really, really cool. And I think a really fun game to play, with a child. So this was the first thing that I thought I would share with you. Um, so it was made in Holland, as I said, about the 60s, 70s. I'm thinking something like that. And I'm thinking I'm going to list this on Etsy for $69, including shipping to the US or Canada. So that's the first thing. Kind of fun, right? Board games, old board games are super popular now. So really fun. Okay, so that's the first thing. Now I want to show you a really beautiful picture. Look at this picture. Isn't it gorgeous? So let me just turn this up a little bit. There we go. So this is a wade. So it's a wade, harvest wade from England. I'm just going to turn one of my lights off here because it's not really, it's reflecting a little bit too much. Let's see if I can make that a little more. There we go. That's a bit better. So you can see that it's been hand painted. It's just stunning. The green's not coming up. It's quite a lime green. And it's this copper, what's called copper luster. And that stamp, the Harvest Wade England stamp, you can see that. That stamp is from the 1947 to about 1955, somewhere in there. So, it's a really neat, beautiful picture. It's in great shape. I just think it's one of those pieces that, will catch people's eyes, right? If you've got it on your shelf or whatever. And it is very unique. Every one of them, if you look at these pictures, because they were hand painted, the designs can be quite different. Well, and I didn't show you the back there where it's kind of purple and sort of an orangey, peachy kind of red. So I'm going to list this on Etsy that's at $39 US, including shipping to the US or to Canada. So that's how much that'll be. Oh, and then I found some jewelry, some really interesting jewelry. So here's the first thing I found were these absolutely fantastic gold, kind of a brushed gold or satin gold. Now, I thought they were Monet, and I can't find a signature, but I did with it when I bought it. I remember I bought it with this bracelet that is signed Monet. So this is a Monet bangle, and it's signed. It's very hard to see. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it because it's tiny, 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 but it is Monet and in the lowercase right there. Yeah, so this set, I'm going to put this set on Etsy because I think they look fantastic together. Really, these are nice big statement earrings. They would look fabulous, wouldn't they, with like a black dress? Or what would you wear them with? Put it in the comments what you would wear them with. They are pierced. They're pierced earrings. But yeah, I just think they're really fun, and they kind of have that dangle to them. I'm thinking they're sort of mid 80s, 90s, based on the mark, the Monet mark. And as I said, they're called satin gold. I think that they would list for $89 for the set, and that again includes shipping to US or Canada. So another fun piece. Next on my list, ooh, guys, wait till you see this. I found this super gorgeous Weiss or Wise. It's unsigned, but it is. I'm almost positive it's a Weiss or Weiss. If you look at it, you can Google these, and they were well known. Weiss for making these butterfly brooches. And I just love how, you've got the different sort of rhinestones, different shapes, and it does have the cutouts in the back right there, so that you really get the luster, in the sunlight. This looks absolutely spectacular. Beautiful, beautiful brooch. Good quality, Weiss is really known for high quality. So this butterfly brooch probably made in the 60s. And it's probably going to be listing for about 89, I'm thinking. The signed pieces that are the same go for about 129. I'm guessing that this is one of the early ones because it's unsigned, and then because it became so popular, they probably started signing it. So there. So that's another big fun thing that I found. And then I got something completely different in the jewelry realm, and that is these super chunky howlite. I'm pretty sure they're dyed howlite. They're sometimes called red turquoise, but it's really just howlite that's dyed red. Now howlite is a stone, and it's let me just hold it still here for a minute so you can sort of see the veining in it. Um, and you know that this is a nice chunky ring. It's kind of what it looks like on my hand's probably too small. I've got short fingers. Kind of needs a longer finger person. But I just think it's super fun. It would be a real statement piece, right? With a chunky red beads or a red necklace. Red howlite, the stone, is known for helping to reduce stress or anxiety and anger. So if you need help in those departments, who doesn't these days, right? With everything going on. So, and the fun thing is I have two of them. I bought two of them. They had two, and so I bought both of them. And so I think they're really fun. They're about an eight. I think I measured them to be an 8, size 8. And they're also apparently perfect for Virgos. So if you're a Virgo, you need yourself some red howlite. So they're two available. I'm going to price them at $34 US when I list them. And I'm hoping you guys are going to bug me and say, why haven't you listed that yet? Because that's what I'm trying to do here is get these things up and listed on Etsy. So I'm giving myself a week. So if I haven't done it by next Tuesday, you can nag me. Please nag me. The next thing I have is some nappies. Now, some people argue about the word nappy, but I've always called these small, shallow bowls nappies. That's to me what they're called. And maybe that is a Canadian or maybe even a European or English thing. But yeah, I've always looked at these kind of small, shallow bowls as nappies. Now, this is restaurant wear, and it's really quite rare restaurant wear because it is, get a good handle on it here. So it is John Maddock and Sons. Let me get it up so you can see there. Come on, Queen Camera. There we go. John Maddock and Sons Limited, made in England. Now, but it says Store Fixtures Supply House Limited, Vancouver. So this is restaurant wear made in England for a Vancouver supply house that supplied restaurants. It's not date stamped. Well, this one has a date stamp of M, it looks like, and then something else. I think one of them, yeah, here, this one here. So Maddock and Sons doesn't date by year. So some restaurant wear, let me see if I can grab a piece just a second and I can show you the difference. I think I have, yeah, here. So here is another Canadian piece of restaurant wear. And this is dated. Do you see how it's dated 8/62? Get that focusing in on there. So it's dated 8/62, meaning that it was made in the 8th month of 1962. And this is a really nice mug. I actually have some of these already. Whoops, some of this pattern already listed on Etsy. So I'm just going to add this to that listing, this cup, and I'm going to pair it with a saucer. And then I think I've got a couple of other pieces that I need to add to that listing too, because I sell it by the piece. But so yeah, so that's how normally you see a lot of restaurant wear dated, but these ones have, where's that one that had the actual date? Some of them don't. Some of them you can't read it. Oh, there. Okay. So this one says 3H, and I tried doing some research on that, and it's not very consistent what I saw on the web, so I'm not sure who to believe. But I'm thinking it's like the 3rd of August, perhaps. H being, H the being the what is it? The if you count if January is A and H would be August, but not the year. So John Madigan's son made restaurant ware from like 55 to 1980s. They went into receivership, so it has to be in that range. I'm guessing that they're probably from the 60s or 70s at the latest. So yeah, so they're really fun, really nice, like kind of earthy green, almost like a forest green, right? And I'm going to price these at the set. I'm going to sell them as a set instead of by the piece. So I'm going to sell the set of, what is it, 5? Yeah, set of 5 for $69 shipped. So $69 shipped for the whole set of these. And I love these. I don't know if you ever use restaurant ware, but I use a lot of restaurant ware just daily. That's what I kind of eat off of. And it's amazing. Like it, you can put it in the dishwasher. I use a very environmentally friendly dishwasher detergent, and it's just fine. It doesn't do anything to them. So, they're heavy. That's the one thing. They are heavy, but, they wear forever. So that's why I love restaurant wear. It's passion. Um, oh, I've got a really oddball thing that I found. And that is this metric conversion slide rule. Now, the detail on this you're probably not going to be able to see, but basically what you do is you pick, like, do you want inches versus centimeters? This is saying inches versus centimeters, cubic yards, cubic feet versus cubic meters, and you like slide it along to sort of, okay, I want to convert like 20 cubic inches to and see what that would be in cubic centimeters. And these, I pick up this kind of stuff, this kind of oddball, old kind of calculation type things before they invent, before calculators and so on, just because there's collectors for them. People do collect this kind of thing because it's very nostalgic. So on this side, it's length and area. So it's like inches to centimeters or millimeters, yards and feet to meters, nautical miles to kilometers. It's quite wild. I couldn't find a date on it, and I couldn't find another one listed at all. So if anybody else finds a comp, let me know. But I saw similar ones, but I didn't see this exact one. It's Buffalo Products, it says. There's the brand name. So I'm thinking that I'm probably going to list this for $29 shipped, right? $29 including shipping. Now there's something on this case. I'm going to have to try to clean it. I'm sure it'll come clean. But yeah, for dating this, I'm thinking that as Canada made its sort of switch to metric in 75, April 1st, 75 was the first day that the weather reports gave temperatures in degrees Celsius instead of Fahrenheit. A lot of people didn't like that change. I remember it. I know it was a struggle for me. I think now we mix it up a lot, like cooking is in Fahrenheit, whereas, temperature outside is Celsius. So it's very confusing. All I remember is that it had to be 75 degrees outside for me to go barefoot. Or is it 70? I'm gonna have to ask Mom. Something like that. Let me know in the chat if you've experienced that, if you're Canadian and you remember that. Okay, I have something really interesting next. I have 2 pairs of kid leather gloves. So let me take these out of the packaging. Now, these I've seen some action for sure. They've definitely got some wear, so it's for somebody that likes that kind of shabby chic kind of look, right? A kind of worn or worn in look. I love the detailing on the side here. Do you see that stitching? Um, now, so these are, as I said, kid leather gloves, and they were made from, the reason they're called kid leather is because they're made from young goats, like kids, right? When young goats are called kids. And so they're made from young goat skin. And so they're very kind of delicate. And they were started wearing these in like the 18th century. Um, and, they were often, that expression, handle things with kid gloves. Well, that's because these are so delicate. Like they don't stand up to a lot of wear. Um, so they're probably, I'm guessing these are from the 30s. If you know more in the chat, let me know for sure. I know I do have people that are in the film industry watching. Wink, wink, nod, nod. You know who I'm talking about. If you're in the chat, let us know what you think as far as age is concerned. So here's the other pair. So this one just has a scalloped edge on the top, right at the, no, there's no embroidery on this pair. But is it in a bit better shape? Well, about the same, I think, right? Definitely have shown signs of wear, a little distressed. But I think, yeah, this is my favorite pair, I think, with that stitching on it. So these gloves, I'm thinking of putting them in my shop for $34 a pair shipped. So that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. So that's those. And then, something else that I can't believe I haven't listed, and I really, really do need to get them listed because they are beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I'm going to put this little dresser scarf down to show you because they are pink Heezy. You can see that they're pink. It's better if you sort of see them stacked, but these are pink elegant glass Heezy plates. And I'm thinking that they definitely have that Art Deco feel to them. The color is called flamingo. Heezy called this color pink flamingo. I don't know if you're going to be able to see there, but right behind, you can see, I'll put my finger there. Maybe that'll help. No, not really. There is a little H in a diamond right in the very center. That is the symbol for Heezy. And so let me just put a couple I've got a set of 8 of them, right? Set of 8. So they are absolutely stunning. Now you might want to call these depression glass, but they're not. They're not depression glass. They're what's called elegant glass. And the difference between depression and elegant glass is there's a few things. First of all, the glass itself, the composition of the glass has more iron in it, or not iron, lead, right? Like lead crystal. It's not the quality, it's not as high quality as lead crystal, but it's on its way to being lead crystal, sort of in between, your cheaper glass. And I hope you can see just even if you hold it, you'd understand it is, really well made. The other thing is that it has a polished, this rim on the base here, this rim here is polished. And that polished base is also very characteristic of elegant wear because, again, it's the quality of workmanship. They had artisans working on these. These were not, mass produced with no attention to seams and that kind of thing, which is what you see with depression glass. If you look at a piece of depression glass, often it's rough. There's often, if you ran your finger along it, you could feel the seam. You'd never feel the seam with elegant glass, or these are much higher quality. Um, and if they have like decorations etched into them, they tend to be very, very, delicate and well done it again. So yeah, just beautiful, beautiful plates. And it's amazing, amazing to find a set of 8, all with no chips, no cracks, no nothing. So I am going to list these for $139 shipped, which is a great deal because it's going to take quite a bit of bubble wrap and care to wrap these and ship them. So yeah, so that's those beautiful plates. Definitely want to get those up lickety split. And then I have one other thing I wanted to show you tonight, and that is this. This is a really interesting piece of Japanese lacquerware. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about lacquerware and what lacquerware is. So lacquerware, like can you hear that actually? It sounds like a tin can, doesn't it? And that's because it is metal underneath the lacquer. It is metal. And they cover it with layers and layers of a lacquer from a tree, like a lacquer tree, the Japanese lacquer tree. And to give it this sort of finish. Now, the back stamp on this is quite interesting. I think it's going to show up nice and clear. Yeah, looks like it. That's good. So it says made by hand in occupied Japan, and it's Baruni, Baruni. It says patented lacquered metal base. But what's amazing with this is that it was so occupied Japan, that would be between 1945 and 1952. And so, this is an amazing, amazing condition. Oh, that's just some sticker residue I've got to get off. But it's an amazing condition, for its age. So I'm thinking I'm going to list this at $44 shipped. So really interesting piece. You could use it for a whole bunch of different things. It would be great on a desk if you have, sticky notes and other things that you want to put in it. You could, I'm sure, find it interesting. You could even put it in a bathroom or other place too as a storage container. But I just thought it was really different, really unique. Like the gold design on it as well. It's really pretty, the bamboo. So yeah, so that's what I have for you tonight. If you like this video, if this is the kind of thing you'd like to see more of, let me know in the comments. Give me a good old thumbs up to tell me that this is the kind of content you like. And please do subscribe, and then that way you'll know when I go live with anything else. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. You know I love ya. Mwah. See you.